Hi, this is Annie Fan from Chicago Title, and we have different resources for investors, and you can do different ways of farming, and we'd love to work with you.
Wait a minute. Okay. Can you see that yellow one there? Not the MailChimp one, right where my finger's pointing? What's that, Annie?
That's our app.
What app?
It's called Chicago Title Now. Allows you to access nationwide database. You can do CMA, comparable sales. You can find out who the owner is. You can download the documents such as Grand deed of trust, recon, under your fingertips.
And how much does that cost?
It is free.
Okay, what's really neat about this, and you can do this anywhere in the country with this app. Anywhere in the country with this app. My wife and I were walking our neighborhood. We found a house that was obviously vacant. I took this out. I opened up the Title Now app. I pointed it at the house. It told me everything I wanted to know. And then I was able to order a property profile that I picked up later at home. We're in the process of contacting the owners of that property and two others that we found just by walking our neighborhood and using this app. It's really powerful. You can do this anywhere in the country with this app. And you don't have to pay for it. There are other apps that are really, really good. You have to pay for it. This one you don't. I have to plug it because I use it. Okay? Thank you, Annie. And contact her. Use her gently. Don't abuse her. Okay. There it is. Don is not with us today. However, we have someone even better, I believe. I may be prejudiced. Those of you who come to our live meetings at the table, you got to meet the lovely Wilma. Wilma.
Hello, I'm Wilma Shepherd. I actually happen to be Don's mother. And I'm with Transamerica Financial Advisors. Our local title is Revolution Financial Management. We do a platform of financial education. We teach people how to manage money and how to save. We can help with debt management, college expenses, insurance protection, wealth building, legacy, and wills and trusts, among other things. We do training webinars and in all different areas. Bill's been to a couple of the real estate ones. Actually, Bill, the thing you're going to be in tomorrow, is that with our company, Wealth Builders?
No, it's with Bay Area Wealth Builders.
That's a real estate
Club up in Orange County.
Okay, because our parent from where we branched off into Fullerton was named Wealth Builders. That's their brand. But anyway, all of our services are free. I put the information in the chat. The phone number is also up by my name. And anytime you want to, we also have a business opportunity. If you know anybody that wants to earn extra money, let me know. We're actually having an overview of our company on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. It runs about an hour. If you're interested, let me know. Thank you.
I will be your witness if you wish to claim elder abuse, because he should be doing this for himself.
Yes, he should.
And our last one is Spinnaker Loans. They're our oldest sponsor. We so appreciate them. If you come to the live meetings and you ate pizza, they provided it. So it was wonderful. They're also a lender. They also are a flipper. So they buy property and flip them themselves. They will never compete against you. And just like Chilean, if they turn down your loan, they'll tell you why they turned it down and why it was a good or not good deal. And this month's quote: remember, happiness doesn't depend upon who you are or what you have. It depends solely upon what you think. From Dale Carnegie. And don't let your thinking get stinking, because you have the power to turn it yourself. Now, Jerome, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and let you take over. Do you mind if I Facebook Live?
I do not. Go for it.
Okay, I am. Let me make sure I'm recording this. Hang on. Where'd my thinking go? Recording is paused. I don't want recording paused. How do I get my recording going back? Resume recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
I apologize to the sponsors. I should have that on. And we're going live on Facebook. So Jerome, it's all yours.
All right. We're all ready. Well, thank you to LA REIA for having me. I'm grateful and I'm excited to be here. I need audience participation. And I was talking with Bill and CJ, and I do these presentations across the nation. And I got some feedback. I move a little bit fast. So to kind of counter me moving a little bit fast, I'm going to encourage participation from the audience. We're going to get started. We're going to do some light housekeeping. Then I'm going to tell you about Facebook ads. And then we're going to do a live demonstration and create a Facebook ad on so it can generate some motivated seller leads for us. So let's get started. So digital marketing, get all the leads you need, harnessing the power of Facebook. So this is the light housekeeping, and I put housekeeping in quotes because we're in real estate. So we're always talking about houses and buildings and apartments. So little housekeeping. First, again, I want to say thank you to LA REIA for having me be here. Next, for the audience and the engagement, I'm encouraging engagement to get the most out of this presentation. Participate. So, and what I mean by participate is you're going to see information there. Take screenshots, take notes, do whatever you can to gather some of this information. Okay. The recording. So this is being recorded. And in order for you to get the recording and the slides, we ask you to be a member of LA REIA if you want those slides. So I've been told that I speak fast. So I've been building like resources, slides, documents that I can give to people so they have it and take it and utilize it in their business a little bit later. To get those slides, you have to be a LA REIA member, and Bill and CJ will tell you how you can get those slides a little towards the end of the class. And when you hear me speak and when you hear me present, I'm a little bit silly, so I take jabs at myself. They told me that I speak fast. So right before the presentation, I wanted to add this in there. If this presentation is being recorded, you can, typically what I do is I speed my presentations up because people speak a little bit slow for me. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing in reverse. So if I'm moving a little bit fast, you can either, if it's on YouTube, they have a feature that embedded directly within YouTube where you can slow down the pace so you can follow along. You can pause it, you can stop it, and follow along as you need to follow along. If it's not on YouTube, if it's on like Facebook or another platform somewhere, there are applications out there available for you to slow down that video. So what I did here was these slides. In these slides, there are resources included. And you see these little links. There's a link on this slide right here. That's a little, if anytime you see this icon, it's a link. It's a link to an important resource for you when you collect the slides. So this is a link to that speed controller. You can control the speed of videos and recordings if you get the slides and access that speed controller. So we already touched on the links. And now remember, I said I speak a little bit fast. So in order to help me slow down, I'm going to need some engagement. So I'm going to call on the audience once in a while. I need your engagement to help me proceed. In the chat box, I need you to type. I need that participation so we can move forward or we can move backward as we need to move. Okay. And how we're going to get started, we're going to do that immediately. I'm going to encourage.
Let me interrupt.
Yes.
Let me be rude and interrupt. I was incredibly rude. I apologize tremendously. They need to know who you are, so I need to introduce you.
Okay.
And you know what? If possible, maybe you could turn on your camera so they can see who you are too. You're a good looking guy.
I have, so
You're fair looking.
How about this? I do have a introduction slide with me. I can do that.
But I want to introduce you.
Okay.
You can add to it. So Jerome Lewis is a digital marketer in the real estate industry. He specializes in marketing for real estate entrepreneurs, providing them with the tools they need to effectively and efficiently implement marketing strategies. And I will add, these strategies work nationwide. He's been investing in real estate since 2015, starting out by wholesaling single-family properties as an investment vehicle for his retirement. In 2017, Jerome became involved with Diversified Real Estate, which is a real estate club in Philadelphia. We call it DIG, Diversified Investment Group, correct?
Diversified Real Estate Investment Group. Yes.
Real Estate Investment Group, where he brings his skill set of leadership and innovation to help the company with marketing and to establish and build an online presence. And he has developed a national reputation also as a result of that. Jerome also serves on DIG's board of directors because he believes that if you are good at something, it only makes sense to share your knowledge with others who could benefit from what you know. And from what I've talked to him and what CJ's talked to him, that rings true. He brought several things to my attention, one of which I don't have lareia.com as my domain. And so I'm talking to thanks to Jerome, I'm talking to the person who has it, who's trying to hold me off at a distance. And I'm going to buy it, hopefully. I have to figure out what it's worth. And if anybody can help me with it, I appreciate it. And then he showed me, I learned from him some things about Facebook, which I am absolutely clueless about and didn't realize that a lot of the things that were in my feed was advertising. So this is all new to me and opening up my eyes to an area of marketing that I think everybody should be aware of, at least, even if you might not use it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Lewis.
So thank you. I appreciate you interrupting, and I really appreciate that introduction. And I'm going to continue forward. We stopped right on engagement. So again, I'm calling on my audience. I'm going to need your engagement, and one of the first we're going to do that immediately. I want some engagement in the chat box. So I see 50. I see 50 messages, and I believe there were about 60 people on the call. So I want at least, let's see, 10%. I want at least 10% engagement in the chat in order for me to move on through the slides. So what I'm going to do is, the first test is, I need you to say thank you to Bill Tan and CJ Lee for having me at this presentation. I need to see that chat box fill up. Please say thank you in the chat so we can move on. 1, 2, 3. Need a couple more messages. 4, 5, 6. Need some more. There we go. Perfect. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, CJ, for having me. And audience, I'm going to call on you a few times, and I need to see that chat box light up so we can move forward. All right. So Bill already introduced me, so I won't stick on this slide for very long, but Bill gave you an excellent introduction of who I am. These are some pictures of me. I told you a little bit earlier that I am silly, but I'm also a little bit serious. I am, how old am I? I'm 32 years old, so I'm a millennial, and I'm a proud millennial. I like to preach. I'm a millennial, and I love being a millennial. I'm a technologist. So back when I was in the corporate space, I went to school for computer technology. And me being a technologist, what I like to do is I like to take those complex subjects, complex tech, I like to break it down in a way that people can understand it, that are not technologists like myself. Something else about me, I am an introvert. So one of my mentors is on this call, and he helped me get over being an introvert. He helped me stop being an introvert, and this has led to a lot of my success today. Some people don't believe it because I speak, I present, and I'm a leader in different areas of real estate. However, I am truly an introvert. So sometimes you might see me during a presentation or during a meeting, and I say, please text me first because I need to charge my energy in order to have that conversation. I am truly an introvert. Something else about me is this is a behavioral assessment that I really admire and that I really appreciate within our industry. It comes up often in the real estate industry, and it's called DISC. My behavioral profile for the DISC behavior assessment is DC. That means I'm an implementer. So I'm about results, and I'm also very detailed. I am also a real estate investor, and I'm a real estate instructor. So I teach social media several times throughout the week across the nation. So That's me. And then if you want to learn more about me, I do have a website. That website is jeromelewis.com. You can visit that website. So we're going to get started. We're going to walk through what is
I'm sorry
Facebook.
to interrupt.
Yes.
I know you're an introvert,
Mhm.
and I know you usually speak with your camera on. I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm sure people would love to see you speak. Is that okay?
It's I want to be uh mindful
If
of
it's
the
intentional,
resources.
then that's
Yeah,
okay.
once we stop presenting and I'm going to open up the camera. I want to be careful on the computer
I
resources.
see, I see, I
Yep.
see. Okay, sorry
Yep.
about that. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, I'm not shy. I don't mind showing myself, but I want to be mindful of the resources. So, we're going to talk about Facebook. What is Facebook? So, Facebook is a social media platform, and some statistics about Facebook. They have 2.5 billion monthly users. Uh, Facebook owns Instagram, so a lot of times people will ask, uh, how can I advertise on Instagram, or how can I move over to Instagram and other social media platforms? Well, Facebook owns Instagram, and that's a statistic that not a lot of people know about. You can advertise directly on Instagram if you use Facebook. Uh, Facebook is it's not only a social media platform, but it's also a marketing and an advertising platform. So we got to stop thinking about Facebook as just social media. It's also a marketing and an advertising platform. So why Facebook? Why you should consider doing some marketing on Facebook? And one of the reasons is because it's the largest and it's the most popular social media platform out there right now. The next reason is because it is the easiest. So technology, social media, all of this stuff can be very complicated. However, in my experience, Facebook is the easiest platform to get acquainted for digital marketing and putting your brand out there. Facebook gives small and individual business owners like us, like me, like ourselves, it gives us the chance to compete with the big brands. And one of the ways it does that is it allows us to be more humanistic and be more social in our approach compared to the bigger companies. Facebook has interest targeting, and we're going to go into details on that a little bit later during the presentation. But they have interest targeting, so you can target people with very specific interests around Facebook. People have an interest around financing. They might have an interest around how to get a loan. You can target people based on those specific interests. So that's one of the benefits of Facebook. If you target those interests correctly, you can do really well for your marketing business. Uh, this is
Jerome,
yes,
Jerome, can I just
yes.
say, I find it amazing, and maybe others already are well aware of it. Wait, how do they target us? You say they target us. How do they get the information to target us?
So the best way to put it is we give it to them. We give them all of the information. So uh, your phone. I saw you pulled up your phone bill and you had all those applications on your phone. It essentially, in order for you to use any of these platforms, you have to tell them, yes, I'm willing to give you my information. It's no way for you to get on that platform without saying yes in a way. So that's how they get that information. They also get it from advertisers. They'll pay for it. And they even have like private investigators that just go find information. Does that answer your question?
So just by putting an app on my phone, they can find out who I am, my age, and everything. Because I can't remember when I signed up for Facebook what I put on there.
Yes. Yep. Just by you putting the app on your phone. And something to think about is when we download, like specifically for Facebook, but when we download or when we get a phone, typically that's one of the apps that's on the phone that you can't uninstall. It's Facebook. So they collect information. The grandfather of collecting the information is your phone. So you can't use a smartphone these days without agreeing to the user terms. And that's how they collect your information. They all scheme together, share information and stuff like that, and they just share it because they can monetize it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's very appropriate that you said that. This is a statistic that I learned probably 2 months ago, but they have over 50 on average. They have over 50,000 data points on each user. So they got a lot of data, a lot of information about us. The more we use Facebook, the more we use our devices, the more we use anything out there in the digital world, the more information they collect about us. And that again, our slides, that's a link. And if you can access that report, you can access that once you collect the slides. So now we're going to get into the tools that we need to market on Facebook. And in order to do Facebook, you need some tools outside of Facebook. And I like to call them non-Facebook assets. So you need some tools, you need some assets that are not tied to Facebook in order to get active and effectively market on Facebook. And one of the first tools you need, one of the first assets that you need is a website. So you need a website, and these are links. These are links to 2 websites that I typically recommend. If you get the slides, you can collect those. The reason why the website is so important is because Facebook wants to know what you're going to do with that information. So we just talked a little bit about the companies and how they collect our information. Well, they also have to be very careful with how they share our information. And you have to do the same thing when you're on their platform. So when you go on Facebook and you're trying to advertise, they want to know what you're going to do with this user's information. So that's one of the most important reasons why you need to have a website, because you need to let Facebook know what you're going to do with the information that you're collecting in their advertising platform. And something else that you need a non-Facebook asset is you need a marketing budget. So a lot of times people say, can I do this for free? And you can. There's a way to have some success for free on Facebook, but you're a business. So be considerate and be mindful that you're going to need a marketing budget in order to have success. You're a business owner. Be willing to invest into a budget to bring those leads into your business. And Facebook has it structured in a way where you can have a daily budget. On average, what I like to do is I have a $50 a day budget, and I just let it run constantly. You can do a monthly budget, or you can even do like a lifetime. So those are the different budget options, and these are all of the assets that you need outside of Facebook. Next, we're going to talk about the Facebook assets, Facebook itself. And one of the first things that you need to set up, and a lot of people don't do, is you need a Facebook business manager. You need to set up the business manager, because the business manager is exactly what it sounds like. It manages your business on Facebook. So some of us get into Facebook and we go and we advertise directly using our personal profile or our page we like to boost. And that's not the most effective way to market and advertise on Facebook. So you need to set up your business manager. And again, if you collect these slides, you can click that link. You could also Google a lot of this stuff, but I have put this into the slide deck to make it more convenient and easy for you. So you can Google the business manager, or if you collect the slides, you can click on this link. It'll take you directly to the business manager. A business
Jerome?
page. Yes.
Jerome,
Yes.
I know this is really fundamental to what you want to talk about tonight, because I've seen your other presentation.
Mhm.
Questions are coming up. Should they ask you during the presentation or wait till later?
What
Because
do you
there's
think is
several.
What do you think is best?
I think it's during, because you go way past it and then they have to come reel
Okay.
at the beginning. For example, one of the questions was, how do we apply this information, use this information and apply it to our business? The fact that Facebook has gathered, I assume, Adam, correct me if I'm incorrect, that they correct all these data points on us, 50,000 plus. I mean, that's amazing. And I think that you might share with us how we can apply it to our business.
Yes, I will show you how you can apply it to your business. And we don't have so ask the questions during, and I'll address it. If it's going to come up later, I'll say that. If you could filter or handle the questions, that would be perfect.
Okay, yes, and then it had, so the website and the privacy, privacy statement is for legitimacy? That's the question. So it's for legitimacy?
It is for legitimacy, yes, and it's also for transparency is a better way to put it. What are you going to do with that information?
Okay, thank you. So far, that's all good.
Yeah. So we talked about the business manager. Now we're going to talk about the business page. And this is what most people do. They'll go onto Facebook and they set up their business page and they go advertise directly using their business page. And that's okay. You can have some success that way, but it's not the optimal way for you to monetize and gain leads from Facebook. However, you do still need that business page. Next is an ad manager, and these are all separate assets within Facebook. The ad manager manages your ads, so it's kind of self-explanatory too. These are all links. If you click on these links, it'll take you directly to those assets within Facebook. You could also Google it. Next is the pixel. This is one of the most important pieces of information, one of the most important assets on Facebook. So the Facebook pixel is, let's go to the next slide. What is the Facebook pixel? The Facebook pixel, simply put, like it sounds complicated, but a simple way to put it is it's just a piece of code for your website, and it lets you monitor, measure, track, optimize, and build audiences for your campaigns. So that means that if there are people visiting your website right now, you can attach a Facebook pixel and you can remarket and you can retarget those people utilizing the Facebook pixel. There are going to be people that visit your if you have a store or something like that, you can use the pixel to optimize marketing to those people. So the Facebook is great because it helps.
So Jerome,
Yes.
Jerome, hang on. So it has to be a Facebook pixel code, because I know that I go to other, well, Amazon is a perfect one.
Yes.
If you go to one of their, look up some item in their categories, you'll hear about all kinds of similar things from them. Is it a specific Facebook pixel that has to be on your website? Because I'm not sure what that means, but I assume it's something. I use, what's that thing called to get rid of spyware? What's that stuff called?
Antivirus,
No, when they put cookies.
ad blockers.
Cookies. So I know when you visit some sites, they put cookies on your
Yes.
computer. Are we talking about the same thing here with the Facebook pixel?
No, the Facebook pixel is not the same thing as a cookie. The Facebook pixel remains, it stays on your website and it will interact with you when you revisit Facebook. So a cookie will sit on your computer locally, like it's on your actual computer and your file somewhere locally, and the Facebook pixel sits on a website and it will remarket and retarget you when you revisit a website or a certain source that's associated with Facebook.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
So
welcome.
it's there specifically for Facebook, and it's just monitoring all the time, just waiting for you to do
Yes.
something. Got it.
Yes. And a cool benefit that I don't think I included in the slides of the pixel is it will take that information and find similar people. It will find similar people based on that background and all of those data points, and it can help you build an audience to remarket and retarget those people. So a quick example, if you have a pixel on LAREIA.com, because we're going to get that, right? If we have a pixel on LAREIA.com and we get some investors that are all interested, we all have the same interests in a way. Well, the Facebook pixel can help facilitate more people that have similar interests to us that visit LAREIA.com, right? So that's another benefit of the pixel.
So question comes up, where can we get this Facebook pixel? Is it downloadable or is it a paid service?
Yeah, so the Facebook pixel is absolutely free. It is not a paid service. It's just a tracking code. And what you can do is you can Google it and Google install Facebook pixel. A lot of stuff will come up and they'll show you how to install that Facebook pixel. Or right here on our slides, there is a link. And if you click that link, it will take you directly to the Facebook pixel.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so we already talked about the pixel. Install it ASAP because you're missing out on information if you don't install that pixel. There's activity happening on your website right now, and you're not capitalizing and collecting that data because you don't have this pixel installed. The pixel is a code, and we talked a little bit about this. Bill, it's installed. You install that code in your header of your website. And the installation, it will vary with each website vendor. So website services provide different ways to build websites and do different stuff on their website. The pixel installation will be different depending on each vendor. However, that basic installation into the header remains that. You get there a different way.
Is that pixel similar to LinkedIn?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I call this the big mistake. And we talked about people and their Facebook pages. And a lot of times when people get into Facebook, they go and it's not their fault, it's Facebook's fault because they go and they boost posts. And boosting a post has a purpose. However, it's not the ideal way to generate leads and get business for especially not real estate. So uh Facebook boosting, I like to say that it's not advertising, it's boosting. So in a way, you're advertising and you're putting money to get I don't attention towards your ads or whatever offer that you're making. And it's not really advertising. You're just boosting whatever you already posted. Another good way to think about it is in order to boost, you have to make a post. And that's the only thing that you can boost. You can't create a brand new ad. We're going to go into creating a brand new ad a little bit later. So boosting is just that. And I put a rocket here because that's the best way to put it. All the boost can do is boost what you already put out there. It can't create something new. Um, Last point is Facebook boosting is very limited in its ability compared to the ads manager. And that's one of the reasons why I encourage boosting on a very, very limited basis. Most times when you're doing Facebook marketing, you're going to want to use the ad manager. And we're going to see the ad manager and we're going to get into that a little bit later.
Going back a little bit to the pixel again. The question was, is it like LinkedIn? The question should have been, is it like the LinkedIn business listing? The pixel.
I do not know I don't know what that is with LinkedIn, so I can't say yes or no.
Thank you. I appreciate when somebody says they don't know.
Yes. So this is one of my favorite slides, and this is why this is social media. There's a source down here, and again, if you collect the slides, there's a source, and that source is it's an article on the most important page on your website. And so I'm going to call on the audience. Can anybody guess? I don't know. Can anybody guess? Do me a favor, type in the chat and try to guess what the most important page on the website is.
Age of what website?
Any website that you have. So let's just say we're all real estate investors and real estate agents. We have a website. What pages do you have on your website? Try to take a guess. I know it's a little bit vague, but let's try to take a guess and see what the most important page is. It could be a home page. It could be
Contact.
event page, contact page. It can be any of those things.
Landing page.
Landing page.
Are we talking about the number of pages or the names of the pages?
Names of the pages.
Oh, okay.
Landing page, contact, landing, contact.
It's not fair. I know the answer.
Yeah. So I talked about be human, be authentic. This is social media, so people want to know who you are. They want to know who you are, and they want to see you, especially on social media. And that's why, like, you're going to see, like, I love video content, and it just makes you a little bit more relatable. People want to work with people. Don't hide behind your logo when you're branding. And the answer, that most important page, is the About Me and the About Us page. That page, I forget the exact statistic, but that page is visited like 60+% more than all the other pages on your website. So, like, I have a website, and it's Jerome Buys Houses or Lewis Home Buyers, one of those pages. And the most visited page is the About Me, the About Us page. They want to know who it is that they're working with. So we're like getting towards the end, and I want to talk about, like, a lot of times people say, hey, Facebook doesn't work. And it's not that Facebook doesn't work. It's most times we're not utilizing Facebook correctly. So remember, we talked about Facebook is it's social media, but it's also an advertising platform. And think in terms of marketing, right? Think in terms of marketing, and there's we got web traffic. That's the point I'm trying to make. We got web traffic, and there are different temperatures to web traffic. So we're going to talk about those different temperatures. And so audience, I'm going to recall on you again, and I left a little clue. It's not too difficult to figure out what it is, but traffic temperatures. So I left a clue. It's right around the title. It says traffic temperatures. Can anybody guess what temperature we're about to talk about? Type it in the chat. Cold, 98, hot, heat mat, cold. All right, so these are what you see on the title is you see snowflakes. So yeah, the temperature, everybody that said cold, yes, that's what we're talking about. There are different levels of there are different temperatures in traffic when you're on a website, when you're online, even in direct marketing. There's different temperatures, and you have to address those prospects correctly. So cold traffic is people that have not heard or interacted with you. They don't know who you are, so they're not going to trust you as fast as somebody that has heard of you. You have to address cold traffic a different way than you address the other types of traffic. Um, why does cold traffic click on your site? Click on your offer. They click on your offer because they're intrigued about what you are promoting, what you are offering. They still don't know who you are, but they're interested in that thing. What are you offering me? I'm offering you to buy your house, or I'm offering to sell you a house. So I'm going to click on that because I'm interested in that offer. So we're back. I need the audience again. Do me a favor, and so try to think about it. It goes in order, right? So what traffic temperature are we going to address now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Florida summer. Hot, warm, warm. So everyone that said warm is correct. We're going to talk about warm traffic. So, and I put spring there. Warm traffic. Warm traffic is the best way to put it is they have heard of you before. They know who you are, and you've had some kind of interaction in the past. So once you leave me today and you see me again, if you see me like marketing or you see some kind of advertising, we are considered to have a warm relationship because we had an interaction before. Some of you did not know me or never heard of me before, and that was the cold phase. So also warm is when you're recommended or trusted by someone. So CJ and Bill, they recommended me. So that's a version of a warm relationship. Now, we guess cold, we guess warm, and we can't get this wrong. What temperature are we about to talk about now? Hot, hot, fire, sizzling. Yes, exactly. So this is more traffic temperatures. We're talking about hot traffic. Hot traffic, they recognize and understand the value of the product or service that you offer. You don't need to convince hot traffic. They're ready to go. Hot traffic, they've also done business with you before in the past. So hot traffic is the best traffic. So we're going to talk about, let's do it. Traffic overview. So think about this when you're doing Facebook advertising. Some people say Facebook doesn't work. Well, you got to take people through the correct marketing campaigns, the right phases. We got cold traffic, warm traffic, hot traffic, and we're going to get into the Facebook the ad manager. And the cool thing about Facebook is you see on the screen, they have this laid out in a way that makes sense for us as business owners. So I put some rectangles around the different campaign objectives. And on the left, you see the blue rectangle, and that's awareness. So that's for cold traffic. They don't know who you are or what you offer. So typically, it's best to start off with giving them a message to introduce you, your service, or what you offer. The next phase is
You brought something up earlier, which I realized later on that's exactly right. Whenever I go to a new website, I always go to About Us to find out who the people are. And I didn't realize that's the number one page, but it certainly makes sense. And that would be something that anybody cold would want to go to right away.
Absolutely. So these are, and remember, I don't know if the audience is, but if you are not an LA REIA member and you want this information, make sure you get some screenshots. So these are the different, this is a traffic overview. We got cold traffic, we got warm traffic, and then we have hot traffic. So keep that in mind when you're marketing overall in general. There are different levels, different temperature levels. People are not going to sell you their house on the first interaction. It doesn't work that way. So we are getting close to the live demonstration, but before we get there, I want to take you through some key points. So these are some different resources. So I remember, anytime you see that link, that's a resource. You can go out, you can click that resource and get access to that thing, right? Business manager, we already talked about that a little bit, but I'm going to open up a little bit later, we're going to come back to the slide, and this is a resource document that I use, and it's a guide to help you walk through creating your Facebook ads. I have some image templates in here for you, so a lot of times we get stumped on what should we do, what works. I don't know what to put out there. These are templates that you'll have available. You'll see those templates when we get into the demonstration. Uh, these video examples, that's not a link yet, but I have video examples in here for you. So hopefully it plays right. Like CJ, you mentioned me not being on camera, I'm going to show a video, and the more stuff that you use on these computers, the more resources it takes. So I'm hoping that those videos will play. So we have an example of, just so we have an example. And then last down here, let's pay attention. This is public information, but some of us just don't know about it. So Facebook, they have a library. They have an ad library, and every ad out there on Facebook, you can go and research every single ad that's running right now. You can go into that library and you can get inspiration. You can check out what your competitors is doing. You can check all that stuff, and that's the Facebook ad library. I think we'll have some time to get into that ad library so you can see all the information that's back there. The Facebook, the advertising that we do on Facebook, it's all public. So I don't know what to do. Guess what? You can go copy off of Zillow or Truly, or maybe you can copy off somebody that's in your market.
Jerome, are you going to cover the fact about how we have sponsored ads in our, what's that thing?
Yes, I will. Yep, I'll do that.
I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Yeah, we'll get to the, when we get to the live demo, I'll be sure to do that. And if I skip over that, make sure you hold me accountable.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So these are, this is one thing I really love about Facebook is that you are allowed to do video marketing. So people always ask, does this work? Does that work? One thing I know, just as a marketer in general, that every marketing channel out there, it all works. You just have to pick something and you have to stick to it. So one thing I appreciate about digital media is the fact that you can share video. You can share video content and video media. And these are all links to example videos that I created for you if you collect the slides. And these are examples. So in a way, this is what our Facebook ads look like when we're on Facebook. This is an advertisement. This is what an advertisement looks like when I'm running ads, a video advertisement. So you see the little bottom yellow, it says full price for your house. Is to get their attention. Hey, look, you want this thing? Because Facebook is disruptive marketing. You have to disrupt that user's experience, get their attention, and then market to them. So these are video examples I'm going to play. There are about 3, and I made them very short because I have to be mindful of the computer resources, and there might be some lag or something. Hopefully it's not. But if you collect the slides, you can see these examples yourself. So I'm going to play this one video.
My name is Jerome. I buy houses in the area. Typically, I'm looking for homes that I can buy, that I can fix up and sell and make a little bit of profit. I do run a business, so I can't buy every house. And
you can't hear it?
No.
All right. So that's my mistake. Let me share my sound and let's restart it.
My name is Jerome. I buy houses in the area. Typically, I'm looking for homes that I can buy, that I can fix up and sell and make a little bit of profit. I do run a business, so I can't buy every house and I can't offer top dollar for everything, but I do buy houses. If you're interested in potentially selling your house and you're willing to take a little bit of a discount, just reach out to me and we can see if we can come up with a deal that works for both of us.
So were we
My name
able
is
to hear
Jerome. I
that?
buy houses in.
Did we hear that?
Oh, yes. That worked beautifully.
Perfect. So that's one of the reasons why, one of the reasons why I like digital media, social media, is because these messages that we're getting and we're trying to convince people to do business with us, they can be pretty extensive and pretty complicated. Well, with a video, if I sit down and explain what the process is, it converts a little bit better. So that was one example video. It was very short. It says here it was 23 seconds. I'm going to play 2 more just so you have some examples and an idea of how I use these videos to drip on customers and drip on prospects and warm them up to what it is that I have.
And it's marketing for you 24 hours. And it's marketing for you 24 hours a day.
Yes, exactly. I can't make calls at 12 a.m., but my videos are playing.
My name is Jerome. I buy houses in the area.
So this is the second video, and a lot of us are familiar with that yellow, that bright yellow, because we're real estate professionals. We know that bandit sign. So this is not my idea. I got it from, inspiration around the internet. But that's a bandit sign, and that bright yellow, it just attracts attention. This attracts attention. So remember, we mentioned Facebook is disruptive marketing. Well, this is a thumbnail, and people are going that's going to attract certain people's attention, and they're going to be interested in this thing that I'm offering them. So I'm going to play this next video. It's a short one too.
Benefit of selling me your house is, one, I can close quickly. So that means whatever date we agree upon, that's the date you'll receive your cash. Number two is the cash that we agree upon, that's the net amount that you'll receive. So there's no commissions when working with me. And number three, no inspection. So you don't have to pass an inspection in order for me to buy that house. I'm going to buy it in as is condition. So those are three benefits of working with me and selling your house to me.
All right, so one more video, and this is, I call it like, it's the headache. I like headache homes. I'm gonna play this.
If you have a house that you're willing to sell that's giving you a headache and that's causing you a little bit of stress, please feel free to reach out to me. I like to buy houses, and typically I like those headache type homes. So reach out to me and let's see if we can come up with an agreement. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so this is, now I keep talking about video and why I love video so much. And this is one of the reasons why I love video. So on the right, you see like a picture, and this is a screenshot directly from the Facebook ad manager. Like there's a section within there called the audience. You can create custom audiences, and you can create a custom audience based off video content. So when I like to compare it to images, when there's an image on social media, there you can check the engagement, but you can't really tell how much someone is interacting with that particular piece of media. Well, with a video, that changes. With a video that changes, I'm going to talk about that after I go through these bullet points. But you saw that video, and it was just me talking. It was nothing fancy. It's like, okay, this guy is a real human. So that's one of the reasons why I like video and social media marketing, because it makes you more human. It makes you more relatable. These advertisements, this stuff that you're seeing, it works. It works, and that's all you got to do. It's nothing complicated. Deliver your message. Video gives you better analytics. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the statistics and the tracking. You see on the right, that's you can create custom audiences. So let's imagine that the video that I share and the videos that I shared and posted, let's imagine those were, let's say, 5 minutes. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So all right, let's say these videos were 5 minutes and people are watching 10 seconds of my video, right? Well, they might not be interested in what I have to offer. So in my marketing, I understand that maybe I should not continue to market to those people, or maybe I need to change the message that I'm giving to those people because they're only watching 3 seconds. However, if we go to the other side of things and somebody is watching 50, 75 or 95% of my video, guess what? I can remarket and retarget them, and they are interested in what it is that I have to say or what I'm offering to them. So you can't gather that information with mailers. You can't gather that information with images. With video content, you can gather that information. So I can go and let's just say, for an example, let's say we took a section of this presentation that I'm doing, 10 minutes, and we run some marketing for REIA. Well, if people are watching 95% of that video, they are interested in what it is that we're offering as a group or as an educator. And guess what? We can remarket and retarget them. And the more that they're watching, the higher their temperature goes. So they're no longer warm. They're no longer cold. They're moving more towards warm and even hot. So this is one of the benefits of social media marketing and digital marketing in general. You can track those analytics and you can find out how interested someone is in your offer. So that's video, and that's why video matters. And I always encourage video. I teach real estate agents how to do video into their business. A lot of times people get scared to do video, and the most successful agents in digital marketing, they're using video content. It works. It's highly effective, and you don't have to be some expert or some genius to use video.
Does Facebook allow you to see this data with each individual who views your videos, or does it just show them as a group message?
Yes. So it does not show like individually, and it doesn't show individually. It shows as a group and an audience is the best way to put it. Because you have to be mindful of the privacy, and you can't discriminate.
Okay. And is there a cost for Facebook videos?
No, there's no cost for the videos themselves. The only cost associated with any Facebook marketing and Facebook advertising is the ad spend. How much money you're going to spend on advertising. So that being said, that's the end of what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a live demonstration. And so we're going to go through Facebook. I'm going to show you some basics of Bill. I'm going to go over to Facebook, and then we're going to go into the Facebook Business Manager and get our hands dirty. So this is Facebook, and I typically like to have my screens, just about all of my content, in dark mode, but it's easier on the eyes when you're presenting to get out of dark mode. So I'm going to change that, and I want to turn that off. And this is Facebook. This is the interface. And some of us use our mobile device to interact with Facebook. And you can do some stuff on Facebook. But in general, as a business owner, a marketer, whoever you are, you're going to have the most effectiveness if you use your computer. So the best way I like to put it is if you are a producer, if you're a business owner, use a computer. If you're a consumer, use your phone. If you want to consume content, go ahead, use your phone. But if you're trying to produce, get leads, get business, use your computer to do a lot of this stuff. So this is Facebook. This is what it looks like from the desktop. This is what it looks like. We're going to go over some of the basic stuff here. This is the interface, and you can see my mouse moving over here. These are different panes that are not super relevant to us, but I want to touch on some of this stuff. That's my profile. These are, if I click this, these are my friends. I have memories, groups. These are all shortcuts to how I can get to different places on Facebook. Over here, these are more shortcuts. These are shortcuts to groups. I'm associated with different groups on Facebook. Over here.
Hey,
So
Jerome,
yes.
will you make sure your mic is, I guess, by your mouth? I guess people are saying that your sound keeps fading.
Can you hear me now better?
Yep.
It sounds fine to me.
I think there are a few people who are saying that it just keeps fading in and out, but thank you.
Okay. Yeah, interrupt me anytime. It's not an ideal experience. All right. So we're talking about Facebook advertising, and we're talking about these panes and these different sections over here. This stuff is not really relevant to us. What we care about is we care about the advertising and the marketing. So over here, this is some advertising. When we visit Facebook, there's not a lot of attention here. However, this is a version of advertising. So these people are advertising, and I'm not sure what their objective is, but these things are relevant to me. So I'm a real estate agent, right? And a lot of us know real estate agents use HomeSnap. For some reason, I never used it, but I'm aware of it. So they're advertising to me. I can click on that ad and check out their offer. Same thing down here. Like I build websites. I have website experience. So GoDaddy, this is very relevant to me. So these ads are very relevant. And Bill mentioned like the sponsorship. And over here, I typically don't click on this, but it's available here. You can click that and you can see, why am I seeing this ad? And Facebook will let you know why you are seeing that advertisement. So these are all the different reasons that Facebook chose me as a person, not Facebook, HomeSnap and Facebook in conjunction. These are the reasons why they chose me to show that ad. And this is over here. You
can cut it off.
Yes,
and I used it to hide. I don't have to see them anymore.
Yes. So, and I don't mess around with this section a lot. So, but that section constantly changes, and you can place ads there if you wanted to. I believe those ads are a little bit cheaper than the other ads that we're going to see. So now this is Facebook here, and these are different sections of and these are called stories. So a lot of us millennials and under, we like to use these stories to place content and do silly stuff. It's essentially day-to-day, a day in a life type content that you post, and you can do some form of advertising directly in the stories. This is you post your status updates here. So this is the section. If I click this, I can type anything I want in Facebook. You got live, you got photos, filling activity. This stuff is not super relevant to us, but we should be aware of it. Now, this entire section. Yes.
Is there a difference between the Facebook Business Manager, the business account, and your personal account?
Yes, there is a difference, and a personal account is just personal. I want to go back to what I said about if you want to be a consumer, just keep a personal account. You don't have to do business, but if you want to be a producer, you want to be a marketer, you want to be a business owner, get a business account.
And you made a very big point in the presentations I saw about keeping them separate. Do not invite your friends to your business account.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk about that too. These are so up here. This is these are other sections available on Facebook. We already talked about groups, but one section that's very relevant that I want people to be aware of is the marketplace. I'm going to touch on that after I go through this feed and why the marketplace is important. You got this video section. I don't typically touch on that, but you got some advertising. You could do some cool stuff in that watch/video section as well. But let's get to the news feed. So this is the news feed, and when we're on our devices, our mobile devices, typically when we're consuming, this is about all we see, just this news feed here. And we can get to these other sections on the left and on the right. We can get there in the mobile device, but it takes extra steps. So when we're on a mobile device, this is typically what we see, these sections here. And we're going to scroll and we're going to see how much advertising is being given to us. And I'm going to walk through how you can customize and make your advertising experience a little bit better. So
Can you set up multiple businesses on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh,
So
good question.
yeah, and that's what we talked about, the business manager. It will help with that. If you have a business manager, you can manage several different businesses. So I have different businesses. I have a marketing business, I have a course business, I have a I buy houses business, and I can manage all of them in my business manager and keep them separate and not mix the audiences or not mix the assets and the resources. So back to the news feed. This is the news feed, and this is where a lot of advertising is shown to us. When you scroll, like, you see different posts from different people. So this is one of my colleagues as an agent. That's just her post, her regular day-to-day stuff. So a lot of times people are like, I don't like social media because all people do is post their food, and I don't want to see their kids. And that's fine. Take your emotions out of it and think about it as just a business. There's a lot of business on Facebook if you utilize it correctly. So you can ignore that stuff if you want to, and you can also improve your feed with what we're about to do here. So when we're scrolling Facebook, a lot of times we see this feed, but I want you to start paying attention to this feed. And right here, this is an advertisement, and it looks similar on your phone. This is advertisement, and the way I know that this is an advertisement is because it says sponsored here. So anytime you see this sponsored label, that is an advertisement being shown to you. And what Bill was talking about was there's a way to improve your ads. So for the most part, my ads are pretty relevant to me. My ads are pretty relevant because when I browse Facebook and when I use Facebook, I eliminate any ads that are not relevant to me. I eliminate them. And the way I do that is when you see and where you're scrolling. So we're going to scroll and look for another ad just so we can see how much advertising is being thrown at us on Facebook. This is an oh wow, that's not appropriate. It was an erectile dysfunction ad. So this is an ad, and this is a sponsored ad, and this is being shown to me. And Airbnb is relevant. What they're doing, Bill, is I just visited their site recently, and they know I visited their site because they have a pixel installed on their website. So they're remarketing and retargeting to me with their pixel. So this is a sponsor. Again, I know this is an advertisement because it's sponsored, and I can say, hey, you know what? This is not really relevant to me. I did visit the website, but when I'm ready to take my trip, I already know to visit the Airbnb site or to get what I need to know, to get what I need to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this because it's not super relevant to me. And when you click on these three dots over here, you get several options. And I typically just hide the ad that's not relevant to me. So I'm going to hide this one, and then we're going to find a couple of more ads, and then we're going to go on the why am I seeing this section. So I'm going to hide that ad because it's not relevant to me. And once you hide it, Facebook will give you a few options to give feedback. And I am going to hide this ad, and I'm going to say that I already purchased because I'm already committed to whatever it is that they're offering. This Airbnb, I already purchased, so I don't want to see that ad anymore. Then I'm just going to do done. Oh, this I think this might be new. So other steps you can take, and this is the why am I seeing this ad? So this is what Bill was talking about, and this is how you make your Facebook feed more relevant and a quality experience for you. So I can click that and find out why Airbnb is targeting me, and these are all the reasons here. You can play around with your ad preferences if you want. I typically don't because my stuff is relevant, but I can cancel that, and that is that's advertising. That's the advertising. We're going to look a little bit more and see some more sponsor ads, just so we can see how often we're advertised to on Facebook. So there they go. Hair loss. They're advertising to me for hair loss. That's it. Let's see more. PayPal. They're advertising to me because I use their service, and I don't know. It's very relevant to me though. But they're advertising to me, so that's another ad. We've seen 6, 7, 8 ads, and this is one of the reasons why we talked about disruptive marketing. You're being hit with constant marketing, constant ads. So you have to find a way for your ad to stand out compared to the other people's ads. Okay, so that bright yellow and those things that we saw on the templates and examples that I gave, that helps your ad stand out a little bit more. More advertising. I'm not sure what this is, but this is another sponsor ad. It seems relevant. Uh, I don't know what that is, but that's an ad, and this one has a distinct call to action. I can message them directly. Uh, we're gonna find one more ad, then we're gonna move over and dive in. So Meetup. I was just recently on Meetup. I was visiting their website, and they're marketing me with their Facebook pixel. They know that I visited their site, so they're marketing and targeting me again with their Facebook pixel. That being said, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to Facebook page, and then we're going to get into the business manager. I'm going to go over to let's do this page. So Bill mentioned, like, one of the things I want you to think about, and I'm going to visit this page because I don't mind the people that are here watching visiting this page, because this is specifically geared towards people that are interested in real estate marketing and services that I offer. So I'm going to use this page as an example. However, you and your business, what I want you to think about is don't invite friends and family to your page. Don't invite them to your business page or what you offer, because Facebook builds an audience based on the people that like and interact with your page. And if you invite friends and family that like, oh, that's so cute, but are never going to do business with you, that's the kind of audience that you're going to build. So don't invite friends and family to your page. People like to ask, should I start over? The quick and dirty answer, like if you already invited friends and family to your page, the quick and dirty answer is yes. Just start it over because it's complicated. Start a new page. Don't invite friends and family. Only invite people that are going to do business with you. And you probably don't want to invite anybody if you're friends with them on Facebook. You probably want to go out and attract new business. So don't invite friends and family to your page, because Facebook and most social media platforms, they build an audience based on the audience already interacting with your page or with your website. Uh, this is a Facebook page. This is what it looks like. A lot of times when we get into Facebook, I built the page. So this is, let's say as an example, I just built this page, and what I'm going to do is I'm here, and now I added my cover photo, I added my profile picture. Facebook is like, hey, Jerome, don't you want to do some advertising? And they keep throwing this in my face. Hey, promote, promote, promote. And when I promote, I'm going to click that. It gives me a limited interface, and I think they changed the name because it used to be called boosting. They give me a limited interface, and I can't be as creative here as I can in the advanced ad manager. So when you create your Facebook page, be mindful, set up your business manager and set up your ad manager. I don't want you to go in and promote this way. You can have some success this way. However, this is not the optimal way to do it, and it's limited. So what you see here, these are, if I'm going to click through some of these things, I'm not super familiar with this, but these are the options available. So you got an ad type, you can choose that and you can do some stuff with it. Then you have boosting. And remember, we talked about boosting. When you boost, all you can do is boost. There's no way I can change these posts. These are posts that I made earlier throughout the week. There's no way I can change the messaging that I made on these posts. I can only boost it. I can't do anything to it. So that's one of the reasons why you don't want to boost and go directly to advertising on the page that Facebook suggests. There's a very specific strategy on how to do that. I am going to go back And now what I want to do is I want to visit the advanced ad manager. So when we were on our slides, one of the slides had a link to the advanced admin, the business manager. What we're going to do is the business manager first, just so you can see it. And the way you visit that business manager, you can Google it, or you can visit business.facebook.com, or you can get the slides and access that link. But the way you get there is business.facebook.com. That's the way I like to get to it. It's a little bit quicker for me to do it that way. And Facebook takes you directly to it. If you don't already have a business manager set up, they will prompt you on how to set it up. And this is the business manager. So there are several businesses here that I manage and interact with. What I'm going to do is we're going to create an ad. So I'm going to create an ad underneath. I wasn't supposed to show y'all this because I don't want y'all visiting my page, but it's okay. I'm going to create an ad underneath the page that we just visited. So I want to click that and I want to open it up. It's going to take me to the advanced ad manager for that page. So these are some advertisements that I have running already. What I want to do is I want to create a new ad. And this is this presentation seems like a little bit long, but creating ads take 15 to 20 minutes. It's not a long process. So what I'm going to do is once you get into the advanced ad manager, you simply create. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create. And remember that traffic temperature, when we went over the traffic temperature as well, this is one of the cool things. When we went to Boost on Facebook and we did that promote thing, we did not have that option available to touch on these different points. So that's one of the reasons why I encourage you to use the advanced ad manager. What we're going to do is most times it's best that you make people aware of your product or your service, what you're offering using an awareness campaign, but you can have success. And this is how I had my first success, by going straight to lead generation. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create a lead generation campaign, and then we're just going to
Thank you.
proceed. Yes.
Jerome, could you,
Yes.
is the Facebook pixel available there in the business manager? And would you be able to show it to him? To us?
The Facebook pixel is all it is code. So it's nothing to really see. It's just something that's installed. And when we're going to proceed, I'm going to show you the effectiveness and how the Facebook pixel is relevant in this advertising campaign.
Thank you.
Yep. So we're going to do lead
And
generation.
your volume isn't stable for some reason.
Okay, give me 15 seconds. Let me see something.
I just wanted to chime in. I know there are some of us where the volume is not an issue because Jerome's live on Facebook and utilizing the internet on his end. And that's probably why his camera is off. It'll help if you minimize like your applications or possibly turn off your video, just so that you can increase your own personal bandwidth on your internet connection at home. That might help if people are having sound issues.
Okay, how is my voice now?
It's fine. It's just that sometimes it goes away and comes
Okay.
back.
Yeah, it's the computer resources.
Mhm.
So what we're doing is we're going to create an ad. I'm going to try to take you through creating an ad. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to. I don't want to hold you too long, so I'm going to try to do it in a way that's. I'm going to try to be fast. If I'm moving fast, slow me down, please. We are
That's
so. Yeah, slow me down. This is these are the campaign objectives in Facebook. And remember, I said typically when you're going to want to make people aware of your product or your offer, and that's underneath this awareness campaign. However, like I said, I've seen some success when people go straight to a lead generation campaign. So in this instance, it's okay. If you want immediate business, you can go and do a straight up lead generation campaign using the warm traffic feature here. It's not optimum, but you can have some success doing that. And real estate is a high ticket item. Like it's, when we're doing deals, it's typically worth thousands of dollars. So I think it's okay in this instance. So we're going to do lead generation. We're going to continue. And this is the back end of the Facebook ad manager, and it's set up in a way that this is a folder in the upper left. This is a folder, and this is the overall objective. So typically what we do is we want to name what it is that we're trying to do. And I'm going to name this one Philadelphia. I want to do, so I do, my lead generation is, I go very wide, and let's do Philadelphia for now. So this will be, we'll target Philadelphia. We'll also target, uh, let's actually do Pennsylvania. Let's do North Carolina. Let's do Georgia. So I want to target all of these areas in a way. We're going to do like a dummy campaign. I'm going to target them and show you the effectiveness of how you can go statewide, citywide, and even countywide using Facebook advertising. This is important. The Facebook has so you're not allowed to discriminate within a real estate space. You're not allowed to discriminate. So in order to avoid discrimination on Facebook, they they enable what's called special ad category. And special ad category is, there are 4 options, and you can see them here. You are not allowed to discriminate if you are in credit, if you are employment, housing, or social issues, elections, and politics. You're not allowed to discriminate within those categories. So most times in housing, we're doing housing, so we have to select housing as the special ad category in Facebook. We have to select that. And what, by not discriminating, like Facebook, again, we mentioned that 50,000 data points. What the 50,000 data points, let me see, housing. Oh, by selecting special ad categories, we are not allowed to target demographics. We are not allowed to target behaviors. We are only allowed to target interests when we select a special ad category. So Facebook has very specific information. They know what kind of devices that we have. They know our ethnicity. They know how many kids we have. They have a lot of information about us. And let me see if I can show you really quickly by going through. So this is the special ad category. What I want you to do is, when you're doing real estate, you have to select this special ad category. But I want to show you how powerful it is if you are outside of a special ad category. And we mentioned those 50,000 data points. I want you to see the information that they have. So for now, I'm not going to enable special ad category just to demonstrate. Then I'm going to go back and enable special ad category. So let's see. I'm going to deselect that. And these are, I'm going to blast through this. A lot of times you don't have to do much down here. This is advanced stuff. Once you get into Facebook, you'll understand what you need to do. Campaign budget optimization, I usually leave that alone. So this is the campaign. This is the campaign objective, this screen. And I named it, this is where you select special ad category, and you do some stuff down here that's not super relevant to us. Where the power, where I like to focus, is this ad set. So this is where you select who you want to market to and who you want to target. And I mentioned, like, you're not allowed to discriminate within the housing category, but I want you to see the power and the information that they have. We keep mentioning that 50,000 data point thing. So I want you to see some of what is available within those 50,000 data points, right? So the way you find that is right here in the detailed targeting. And you can see here it says all demographics. So you're allowed to track demographics or interact with, select demographics. You're allowed to select interests, and you're allowed to select behaviors. I'm going to edit this. So I press edit and browse. And this is all the information that we have available directly within Facebook. So the purpose here is, we're not going to do real estate advertising. I just want to show you the information that they have and the things that are available directly within Facebook. So these are demographics. You can target people by all of these demographics. You can target them by their education level, associate's degree, college degree, high school, and college. You can target people by all of this information. Very, very specific. That's education. You can target people by their financials. So you can target them by income, household income, top 10%, 10 to 25%. You can target people by life events, married, anniversary, divorce, friends of, long distance relationships, new relationship, newlyweds. You can target people with all that information. Parents, you can target people by parents, new parents, parents, all parents, All this information is available. So all of this is available. Facebook has all of this information, and they just collect it all over the internet. Relationship status, work, where people work, industries, job titles. You can target people on those very specific things. That's all underneath demographics. What else is interesting is behaviors. So you can target people by, I don't know what that is. You can target people by anniversary. Um, I don't know what that is either, but all this stuff is available. You can target people by their digital activities. So I like this one a lot. Console gamers, Facebook payments. So if you offer a Facebook product, target people that are already paying on Facebook. Facebook page admins. You can target people that run specific Facebook applets within Facebook. You can be very specific with Facebook advertising, Facebook targeting. And I encourage you to get in here and just mess around with this stuff. It is very expansive. You can learn a lot just by coming in, clicking around, and investigating what's here. So those are, I just wanted you to see that. We're going to go back over to the campaign level, and we're going to enable special ad category because, again, like I said, we don't want to discriminate when we're in real estate or one of these special ad categories. And by enabling that special ad category, if we go back to our ad set, what that does is it removes the ability to target the demographics and the behaviors. So let's do browse. Those things are no longer there. So these are interests, and I'm going to speed up a little bit because I see the time. We can target interests, and I have a document available for you. Where's that resource? That contains all of the real estate interests, and it's linked in the slides for anybody that's going to collect the slides. This is the ad manager. I'm going to move this over here. And this is the document. It has a ton of resources in there for you, but something that it has that I want you to and screenshot this, because if you're not going to collect the slides, maybe you can type this out or something. But these are general real estate interests. In a way, these are all their interests that I can take and I can market to people with these specific interests. So I have general real estate interests, real estate portal interests, lender and mortgage interests, and then I have no interests. I have buyers. These are all interests where I can target people. I use a version of each of these, but for the sake of today's demonstration, I'm just going to copy the general real estate interest. So that's what we talked about, that general targeting. Well, who do I want to target?
Excuse me, Joe?
Yes.
I see that you have that as a Google document, right? That document on the left where you have all your interests. Where could we be able to access that?
If you collect this,
Rodolfo, next time, please put it in the chat first, because I'm going to mute you out, because we can't have people interrupting him like that. Please.
yeah, Bill.
I'm sorry about that. He just
Bill,
told us earlier to interrupt.
we will
I'll
Bill will
keep
let
that in
you know
mind.
how you can get the slides and the recording, and you'll be able to get that. So I like to provide value to REIAs because they've done a lot for me and my business. So whatever Bill says the call to action is, maybe you have to be a member. Maybe it's a member exclusive to get the document and the recording. I don't know what it is. We'll ask Bill and CJ, but that's how you can get that. Okay. So that document is
CJ's going to put the documents in the chat.
okay. This
If she
interest,
hasn't already done so.
yeah, the slides. These interests are all real estate interests, and I can take them and I can just paste it in here and hone in on who it is that I'm targeting. So here you go. I pasted it in here, and I'm targeting people with these specific interests directly in real estate, right? Something I want you to pay attention to over here is Facebook tells you how many leads that you're going to get when you're doing this marketing, this advertising. So that's another thing that I like about digital marketing. You can kind of get an idea of what it is that you're going to achieve. We are targeting people with those specific interests, and I'm going to go back up. I jumped the gun a little bit. We have instant forms, we have automated chat, and we have calls. So you can have people call you, and when you update this, when you select this, it lets you know what you're about to get. So I'm a proponent. Remember, I told y'all I'm an introvert, so I need to know what's going on before I have a phone call. I don't want people calling me directly. So I typically like to use instant forms. And when I select each of these, this changes over here. These estimated daily results, it changes, and it lets you know what you should expect with your lead generation. So each time I select one of these options, this updates. That updates. So based on the criteria that's input already, I'm going to call this ad set just Pennsylvania, just for the sake of this. Every time I update something over here, it will update my estimated daily results. So typically, I told you I like to do a $50 per day budget, and that gives me more results over here. I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh, this is a different account. I'm going to go to instant forums. I like forums, so I'm going to keep it at instant forums. And if I switch this, it lets you know maybe 100, right? So 100, I should expect, if I do $100 a day, I should expect 8 to 30 leads, which is a wide range, but who knows? So let's go back to 50, and this should change. So 4 to 17, that's how many leads I should expect based on the criteria that's input here. That's so this is my daily budget. This was my page. I selected my page by default. You have different pages in here. We talked about the business manager. You can come in here and select whatever page that you need to select. I'm going to leave this one selected for now. My daily budget is 50. That's what I'm used to. That's what I do. My audience, you can include or exclude people depending upon what it is that you're trying to achieve. So those interests that I put in, I can exclude people with those interests, or I can include people with those interests. So it doesn't have to be
Slow down a
only.
little bit, Jerome.
Okay.
You're starting to rock and roll again.
Okay.
Please, please.
Okay. Okay. All right. So these are audiences. We talked about audiences a little bit earlier, but you can create audiences, or you have some audiences already built in Facebook. So when we were talking about the video marketing and people that watch 90% in 3 seconds, you can create a custom audience based around that specific demographic. So I can create an entire audience based on people that only watch 3 seconds of my video, or I can create an audience based on people that watch 75% of my video. You can create custom audiences based off different things. You can also, people ask me about uh, lists. So one thing you can do here is you can upload lists directly to Facebook. You can upload lists directly to Facebook, and you can make that into a custom audience, and you can target only those people. So maybe you're a probate person and you only want to target probate people, and you don't care about this stuff that I'm talking about, but you want to target those probate people. You want to follow up with them on Facebook in addition to your cold calling, or in addition to your mailing. You can do that directly in Facebook. So this is the location. You can target and you can hone in on a location. I've done some stuff across the entire United States. I've done some stuff in, selecting multiple counties. You get these options available. And let's see. I'm going to change this location. So based on everything here, by default, it selects the United States, but I can change this, and I don't want to target the entire United States. So maybe I only want to target Los Angeles. Since we're doing a presentation for Los Angeles, maybe I want to target, maybe I want to target California, the entire state. So I can type that in and I can target just that state. And people ask, well, what's my marketing budget? How many leads should I get? It depends on your audience, who you're trying to target, who you're marketing to, how many markets are you in. That all depends. So it will vary based upon what it is that you're trying to achieve. So I put California in here based on a $50 a day budget. I can expect 1 to 10 leads across the entire California, or I can be really granular. I can say, you know what, I don't want to do California. And the more specific and the more narrow you go, the less leads you will get, but the more quality there will be. So let's say I just wanted to target, here's the location. Let's say I wanted to target Los Angeles only. So I can target just that city, and I don't know if they have a county or what, but if I wanted to target just the Los Angeles city, this is what it looks like. These are, come on, scroll down, give me my results. So it's telling me here, I might not get any results. It says ad sets may get 0 leads. That might be too specific. I might need to raise my budget. It depends on what it is that I'm trying to achieve. So that's Los Angeles. And the thing about it is, I did California, right? You can target people that, these are options. So once you select the location, I'm going to do Pennsylvania since I'm most familiar with that. Once you target a location, you can, come on, Facebook. See these resources, it's acting slow. You can target people that live, or people living in that location. You can target only people living. You can target people living in it or recently in that location. You can target people only in that location, or you can target people traveling to that location. So these are all options available for you. I know some real estate agents that only work with people that travel, like relocation, and this is what their advertising look like. They target people based on specific criteria like this. With real estate, with housing ads, you are not allowed to target people by age. So if you're running some other kind of advertising, you'll be able to target a very specific age group. However, we're in housing, so we have to give equal opportunity to everybody. So we're not allowed to select age, but that is an option. We can target men, only men. We can target women, only women, but not within the housing category. These are the interests that we pasted in before. They're all available in there. Narrow audience, that's not really relevant to us. Placements are this is what we talked about a little bit earlier when we first got into Facebook. So we were talking about that those placements in the upper right corner. These are the different placements, and typically when you're first starting out, it's great to just go in and do some automatic placements. So by default, sometimes you just got to let Facebook work its magic. So you can let Facebook suggest your ads based upon whatever placements that it wants to select. I'm going to select manual just so we can see all of the placements that are available. These are all of the placements that are available on Facebook. These are all different sections of Facebook. You got news feed, you got an Instagram. So remember we talked about you can target directly on Instagram. All you have to do is select this checkbox for Instagram, and that's how you market to people on Instagram. They got marketplace. You can target all of these different placements on Facebook, or you can uncheck them so you don't have to target them. What I'm going to suggest is that you leave it automatic just to start. Over here, it lets you know how many ads to expect. Over here, it's telling me it's 0. I need to change some things here. Like maybe I need to expand my reach, or maybe I need to, um, add some more states in there. I'm trying to be mindful of your time, so I'm not going to mess around with that. But what it's telling me over here is I shouldn't expect any leads based on what I put in. So I'm actually going to change it. I'm going to add another state in there. So let's do California since we're doing a demonstration for. So I can target, let's just say I had 2 markets. I can target foreign, if I could spell. So I have 2 markets. I'm going to target California and Pennsylvania. It's still telling me 0. Let's add Georgia. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this right now.
That's the country of Georgia. That's the country of Georgia, not the state.
Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on with me selecting. I didn't know there was a such country as Georgia. I don't know what's going on with me selecting to specific states. So for now, for the sake of the demonstration, I'm going to expand to the United States and just move on. So we can get to the next part. So I'm going to target the entire United States. I could expect this many leads. We put our interest in already. We talked about placements, and next we can move on to the actual ad. So I'm going to do next. And this is where I kind of create my ad. And by default, Facebook will use the information or the media that you have on their profile. What I'm going to do is video. I'm just going to do a video demonstration. I'm going to get a video uploaded. And someone asks, does Facebook charge for video? No, they don't charge for video. They only charge you for ad spend. So I can use a video. I'm going to use an I Buy Houses video as my advertisement. And I know I'm moving fast. Let me slow down. This is the identity. So this is my page. I'm going to keep that page selected. If I have Instagram, I could also select Instagram and advertise on there, but I'm not doing that in this instance. Ad setup. I don't typically mess around with that. What I like to do is most times when you're first starting out, the easiest thing to do is going to be to create a single image or video. So we're going to do a video. So I'm going to leave that check by default. And if I scroll down here, this is the ad creative, and Facebook gives me the option to modify and play around with this stuff. So I can change this media. I'm going to remove all.
While you're doing that, I'm going to send a message out. If you have a question for him, please write it down. Ask him at the end. It's getting late for him. He's being very nice about it. Hasn't said a word about it, but I'd like to allow him to get through his presentation.
Thank you, Bill.
Demonstration, actually.
Yeah, thank you. So this is where we create the media, and this is where I'm going to add media. So they give you the option to create some stuff. Typically what I do is I like to add what I already have available. I'm going to add media, and I'm going to use a video. You can use images and videos. So CJ is going to give you the slide presentations. You can collect those templates and those resources from there and use that stuff. I'm going to use a video because I love video content and I appreciate video content. I'm going to upload a video. I'm going to upload one of those videos that you saw from earlier. I'm just going to pick a random one. And this would be my advertising. So you saw those videos play. That's the message that I'm giving to that customer or that prospect. I'm going to minimize this or take that down. While that's loading, I'm going to come over here to this document. And this document has some resources for us. It has ad copy, things to say, and we're just going to copy this stuff because I don't like to be creative. I like to copy off what's already working. So I'm going to copy this. This is ad copy that I'm using in my current campaigns, and it's working. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to be creative in the beginning. I want to do what works. So this is, you see here, if you go over to this document, once you get this document, it's laid out in a structure and where you can just click, you can click what you want to do. So I'm on the primary text section over here in Facebook. I click primary text and it takes me to whatever link that is in the document. I'm going to paste that text directly in there. So I Control C, Control V, and what Facebook is doing is it's going to automatically update and show my ad. So this is what my ad will look like once I get it out there. Headline. So I can leave that. I can leave it blank, or I can put something in there. I like to put things in there, so I'm going to go back over to my document, and I'm going to look for a headline. Click on headlines, and then I'm just going to grab. I don't want to grab that headline. I want to grab. So I have resources in here available for real estate investors and real estate agents. So I know some of us are licensed, some of us are not. It's several data points in there for you to use. These are the headlines we want as real estate investors. Attention homeowner, that's fine headline for me. I'm going to grab that and I want to paste it in there. For the description, I'm going to go over to my document. I'm going to look for a description. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm just going to add it in there. I'm going to add it in there. So over here, I'll go back to widescreen, full screen. This is Facebook gives you a preview of what your ad will look like. So this is what my ad will look like. Let's close this for now. No, that's wrong. This is what my ad will look like when it shows up in someone's feed. And I'm trying to show you, but you can see it. It's only cutting off the bottom part. This is what my ad looks like.
Benefit of selling me your house is, one, I can close quickly. So that means whatever date we agree upon, that's the date you'll receive.
So you can hear it. That's what my ad will appear like to a customer or prospect that's interested in what I'm offering, the message and the marketing that I'm sending out there. Okay, so that is a video ad. You do the same thing with the image. You would just upload the image and let that image play. But I like video content because it gives you better analytics, and we talked a little bit about video there. Now, that is creating a Facebook ad from start to finish, based specifically around real estate. It is 11:30. Bill, CJ, how would you like to proceed? I don't want to hold people too long, but if people want to stay around and get more, I can. Let me know.
At our meeting, they're used to sticking around.
Okay. Okay. So my favorite thing is, so this is an ad. We just walked through creating an ad from start to finish. And all we would do now is, now that we have everything, we would just press publish. I'm not going to publish it because my intent is not to get people to buy houses with this specific page. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my slides. And in my slides, I wanted to show you, what did I want to show you? So we were here on this slide, right? And we talked about the Facebook ad library. So that's what I call ad hacking. I call that ad hacking. And so you can see here, Facebook, I told you earlier, Facebook has a live library and you can see every ad that's available and that's out there. So that's what we're going to do really quickly. I'm going to try to maybe 2 or 3 simple ads, and then we can open up for questions. And let's see. So you can Google this. You can go to google.com and you can type in Facebook ad library, or the shortcut is facebook.com/ad/library. You type that in and it takes you directly to the Facebook ads library. And get in here, get your hands dirty, play around with this. Play around with it. You can't break anything, really, honestly. And this is you can spy on your competition. You can find out what's working. You can do all of the research. Check out everybody's advertising on Facebook. They even got some reports in here. You can see how much money people are spending. I like to, well, during the elections, I checked, like the presidents, they were spending $1 million a day on Facebook ads. So why would you spend it? I know the government is a little bit silly, but why would they spend $1 million in a day on Facebook if it's not working? I don't know. I think it works. So this is this is the ad library, and everybody's ads is here. You can see everything on Facebook. So please try not to spy on my ads, but spy on everybody else's ads. You can see whatever you want here. You can see all ads, issues. You can see all of this stuff. I'm going to click on housing and I'm going to check out one of my competitors or collaborate, whatever you want to call it, right? And I'm just going to search. So I got some history here. This is my history based on like people that I've been checking out before. So I checked out Zillow. Like I checked out Zillow for some inspiration. I click on that and it brings me Zillow's entire ad library. And I think they have more than 390. I don't know. But these are all of the Zillow ads. So you can see everything that they're doing and you can get some inspiration off what they're doing. Trying to figure out what works. I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? Somebody's out there doing what works already. This is Zillow. Let's go to, I don't know, realtor.com. So realtor.com, maybe they're a competitor. This is all of their advertising. This is all of their advertising. Let's look for, I don't know, somebody in the chat. Who should we look up? Anybody can think of somebody we should look up and see if they're running advertising? Let's type it in the chat. Brandon Turner. Brandon Turner. Is he running Facebook ads? Let's see. Let's see what happens if we put him in. Redfin.
I think iBuyers would be.
Brandon Turner. Not a good one. Grant Cardone is a good one. He's not relevant. Well, he is in real estate, right? So check out his advertising. And again, I call it ad hacking. Go find out what's already working. Copy off of that. Oh, nothing is here. That's interesting. Oh, it's not housing. So I have the wrong category selected. Let's do all for Grant Cardone and let's see what comes up. So this is all of his advertising. This is everything that he's doing. And you can check here and get some inspiration. Or, maybe he's a competitor or inspiration for you. You can go and check this out. We buy Los Angeles houses. I'll do that one for Mark and then we'll proceed. Yeah, I don't see anything, but these are some competitors. This is based on keywords, and you can come and see and check out who's doing what based on all of this, based on this library. So all of Facebook advertising is public, and you have access, and you can check it out anytime that you want to. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back over to the slides, and I want to do these frequently asked questions. Okay. So I want to do these frequently asked questions because these questions come up constantly. And what is the budget? So when I talk budget, you're in business. So you have to be mindful and you have to be willing to invest. The budget that I typically suggest, and this varies, it's going to vary on your business, but I typically suggest that you start with $50 a day. I know it sounds expensive if you add it all up, but real estate is a high ticket item. If you get one deal, it was worth it. Lead quality. Remember, we talked about cold.
How much would people pay for how much? Jerome, how much would anybody pay for a direct marketing mail?
I do not know, and I need
Uh,
to. I should find out so I can compare.
They
But I
pay
think
over $1. They pay over $1 an envelope.
okay. Thank you.
And what's the response rate? Less than
The
3%.
okay, yeah, and Facebook, the touches and the response rate on Facebook is also less than 3%, but you reach thousands. You reach tens of thousands of people. Lead quality. We talked about cold, warm, hot. People always, oh, the lead quality. People didn't want to sell me their house on the first run. That's not how marketing and advertising works. You have to touch people multiple times. So the leads are there. People aren't spending billions and millions on Facebook because the lead quality sucks. You just have to implement the right marketing. Lead quantity. We were demonstrating in the ad manager the amount of leads that we can get. You can go directly into Facebook and find out how many leads you will get based on the information that you input. How soon can you expect leads? You can expect leads the same day, realistically. If you put in the right information, the right budget, if you implement the right plan, you can get leads the same day. I'm not going to say that's what you should. I'm not going to say that's guaranteed, but it's possible and it has happened. When I first started several years ago, I got a lead the first day, first hour. So you can get leads right away. And the ROI, I don't know what the ROI is. I don't know what my ROI is because it's a high ticket item. And as long as I get more money out of it that I'm putting into it, I'm pretty much happy with it. So I spend a few thousand a month and I get way more than that in return. And I'm happy with that. In addition to, like we talk about like my behavioral, I can always go in my back office and just check what's going on in there. And I just don't have the time because I don't care because it's already there and it's working. Final comments. Facebook marketing works just like all other marketing methods. Follow up and run it like a business. Don't run this like social media. It's a business. It's an advertising platform. It's a marketing platform. Treat it like that. You're a real estate investor. You're a real estate entrepreneur. Be willing to invest. We're real estate investors. Be willing to invest in your business. Marketing is not free and it's also not cheap. If anybody wants to reach out to me, this is my contact information. You can screenshot this. Remember, I said I like to. I'm an introvert, so don't just call me out of the blue. Please text me first or email me and set up a call or whatever you want to do. But I am very reachable, but I need some time to get ready to have that call or prepare for whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so I want to say thank you. I appreciate Bill and CJ, and I am open for questions. I'm open for questions if anybody wants to reach out to me. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, I'm going to start off with Rob. Rob, you had several good ones.
Okay.
Unmute.
Oh, okay, thank you, Bill. One question I had, Jerome, was, thank you for the presentation, by the way.
Yes, you're welcome.
When the Facebook pixel is working, does the person who visits the website have to be logged into Facebook,